Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you are new to this channel, let me introduce myself. So my name is Harish. I am currently doing my final MBBS in a common medical college from Tamil Nadu. So when you are a final medical student, the one question that arises in your mind is which book that I should use for each subject, or which the most difficult one to choose is a medicine, because the medicine has lots of standard and Indian order textbook available in the market like Davidson, Harish, AP textbook of medicine from Nayak, Matthews and Manipal Manual of Medicine. And as far I observed in the recent years, my friends and my colleagues, most of them recommend me to use either a Davidson or a Nayak for the exams. I was in a dilemma for past 1 month. Okay, I don't know whether which book should I buy, whether it's a Davidson or whether it's a Nayak, and I got fed up and I bought both these books. So in this video, I'm just going to share my personal opinion on each of these books. Okay, which book one should prefer for studying medicine or studying for the exam. It's not a review, it's just my personal opinion. So if you're new to this channel and if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do consider subscribing it. It will be very helpful for me. So let's start from the basic, the price of each book. The Nayak and Archibald Exam Preparatory Manual of Medicine available for 1,444 in Amazon, and the Davidson book available for 1,811. The current edition of Nayak is the 3rd edition, and I'm using 23rd edition for Davidson. When it comes to the volume of the textbook, both the textbooks are pretty same. There is not much noticeable difference in the size of the textbook, but when it comes to the table of content or topics of the textbook, Nayak have only 24 topics, but the Davidson have 37 topics. They have some extra topics like medical ophthalmology, maternal medicine, adult medicine, and the aging process and fundamentals of internal medicine. However, most of these topics are not that much important for the final year. I didn't read all the topic in the Davidson and Nayak, but I have read a few topics like respiratory system, cardiovascular system, and endocrinology, both Nayak and in the Davidson. So I'm going to take respiratory system as my reference for comparison. So the topics are present in different way in both these textbooks. If you take Davidson, all the topics starts with the clinical examination. Then they will provide you the functional anatomy and physiology of that system. Or if you take a respiratory system, they will provide you the functional anatomy and physiology of the lungs. They don't cover all the anatomy part, but they will provide you the basic thing that you need to know before proceeding to the main concepts. And then they will provide you the investigation that we do in that particular system, and then they will go for symptomology and then into the main concepts of pathological part. But if you take Nayak, they don't provide you the functional anatomy or the functional physiologies or investigation part. They will jump straightly to the symptomology and into the main topics of that particular system. So as far the presentations are concerned, Davidson is always having upper hand than the Nayak. So what type of book is this Davidson and what type of book is this Nayak? So Davidson is a concept-oriented textbook. If you read Guyton in your first year, or if you read Robinson in your second year, you can be able to visualize what I am trying to say. If you read a topic in the Davidson, you can be able to get the overall idea of that particular disease. For example, if you read asthma or if you read COPD, you get the overall clarity, overall idea on what that particular disease is about. However, the ability to retain and reproduce the information that you know in your exams will be difficult. This is because the theories will not be in a very much structured way. There will be lack of some headings, there will be lack of highlighted text, and there will be lack of some important tablet columns. And everything will be given in a paragraph, not in a point-wise manner. It will be difficult for us to read and retain the information and to reproduce it in the same in the exams. And if you take the Nayak, it is an exam-oriented book. In this, the entire concepts are given in a question and answer manner. However, when it comes to the concept, the Nayak is a bit lacking when compared to the Davidson. However, the amount of information that you yield from this Nayak book is very much great than the Davidson. It is provided in such a way that the students can be able to reproduce the text that they read in this book directly into the exams. Her Nayak has lots of highlighted points, the information that you must need to know for exams, and lots of subheadings and lots of bulletin points. So if you want to read a medicine like a story, and if you not really worry about how you reproduce that in your exams, then you can choose Davidson. And if you are a person who always do exam-oriented approach, like memorizing the things and revising the things again and again to retain information, you can go for Ramadas Nayak. When it comes to the readability, I always choose Ramadas Nayak because the one thing that I hate in the Davidson is the size of the font and the spacing of line between them. It may sound silly, okay, it doesn't bother most of the students, but it did bother me. If you look at the book, you can find how the daily parts are given in a congested way. And I am a type of guy who loves to underline and highlight every information that I read in the textbook. But I hate to underline or highlight in Davidson because of this congested manner. Sometimes I feel like I have to put some extra effort to read and understand the text given in the Davidson. But when it comes to Ramadas Nayak, the book itself is a very, it's a spacious book. The fonts are pretty good and it is more colorful than the Davidson. As I already said, there are lots of highlighted points and there are lots of tabular columns, there are lots of clinical diagrams and lots of flowchart when compared to the Davidson. When it comes to the contents and information of each of these textbooks, we can't choose a single book because there are some topics that are given in a very better way in the Davidson and there are some topics that are given in a very much better way in the Ramadas Nayak. But surprisingly, as far as I observed, the Ramadas Nayak have some extra information, some extra content when compared to the Davidson book because the Ramadas Nayak itself is a concise notes of various standard textbooks like Harish and Davidson and other books. So you can able to find some extra points when you compare it with the Davidson. And there are some points or some tables and some clinical features which are directly taken from the Davidson. So it doesn't mean that if you read an Indian author book, you will miss out lots of important information, important concepts. No, the Ramadas Nayak have all the adequate information that you need to know for your knowledge and also for your exam purpose. Reference values are always important in medicine. The values of hormone level, the values of enzyme levels, and dosage. Everything is very important in medicine. And when I compare these two books, there is a difference in reference values of both the Ramadas Nayak and Davidson. But since the Davidson being a standard textbook, always try to read the reference value from the Davidson. And there is a separate topic for that called laboratory values, which is the lost topic in Davidson, I think. And they will provide you all the essential values, all the recurring values that you need to know. As I already said, diagrams and flowcharts are very much better in Ramadas Nayak when compared to the Davidson. There are lots of clinical diagrams, there are lots of flowcharts, there are lots of tabular columns, lots of mind maps available in the Ramadas Nayak, which helps students to read the concept in a better way. So I think I have covered all the basic things that a student need to know before buying a textbook. So which book you should buy? It is very difficult to answer. So if you are a type of student who wants to read medicine like a story, who want to understand the concept and who doesn't worry much about reproducing the theory in the exams or doesn't worry about the grades on the exams, or who wants to do MD General Medicine in the future, or if you are having a sufficient amount of time for your professional exams and if you love to take notes, then Davidson is a book for you. On the other hand, if you are a type of person who is comfortable with actively memorizing and revising the information, who is comfortable with doing the exam-oriented approach, who always concerns about amount of topic or amount of pages or amount of the questions they have completed for their exams, or if you're a person who is having less amount of time for your professional exams or who is lazy in note taking, or if you find it difficult to understand the language in the standard textbooks, then you can definitely choose Ramadas Nayak. So in short, both the Davidson and Ramadas Nayak is very great book for studying the medicine, but it depends on individuals. Since Ramadas Nayak is an Indian book, it doesn't mean it is less than that of Davidson. Both are giving you the adequate information that you need to know. If you ask me which book I am using for medicine, my answer is I am using Ramadas Nayak as my primary book and Davidson as my reference book. If I found any topics which are difficult to understand in Ramadas Nayak, I used to read that in my Davidson. And I highly recommend you to do the same. I'm not asking you to buy both the textbook. So buy any one of the textbooks according to your need and have the ebook version of the other book for your reference. And there are other books available for medicine like Manipal Manual of Medicine, AP textbook of medicine, and Matthew textbook of medicine. And both this Matthew and Manipal textbook of medicine is more similar to that of the Ramadas Nayak. The topics will be presented in like a question and answer wise. So if you want the ebook of all these books for your reference purpose, I am having my own Google site where you can find all the ebooks of final year subjects. I will give the link in the description, so go check it out. So I hope I have covered all the important aspects and I have cleared some of the doubts in your mind. But if you are still having some questions to ask, please do mention it in the comment section, and please do share this video to your friends who are having a dilemma of which book they should buy for medicine. So if you love this content, please do give me thumbs up and please do subscribe to this channel to get a lot more videos in the future. So thanks for watching till the end. Signing off until next time.